Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to a new podcast. It is a beautiful Saturday morning. Welcome to Yoko and Frisky's Dimensional Rift. I'm your host, Yoko, and my brother from another mother here, MC Metro God Frisky.
Woo! I'm visiting in her dimension. We're coming live to you from KTU, and we brought a special guest. You might remember her from the Nickelodeon Revivals episode. It is Chewpeke.
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
All right. For those who didn't watch last week's episode, I understand because it was about icky Sonic fanfiction, but we celebrated our 1-year anniversary.
We did, and we had to celebrate it in style with pure gold rings of the Sonic variety.
Yes, but before we get to that, do you have a favorite podcast episode?
Do I have a favorite podcast episode?
She's like panicking.
Whoa, I am panicking. It's like, I don't even,
She did 23 episodes and she doesn't remember shit.
I don't. I just remember just going, ah! What are you doing? Okay, go ahead.
I like the episodes where we have like 4 people and we're just talking about stuff like Comic-Con, the Nickelodeon one, and the Pokemon fan fiction. I think that's going to be historic.
That one made me so upset.
That was historic.
But we got better as the ages aged.
Tiny bit.
And the babies babed and,
Yeah, we're going to have some straight hot fire for you this year in 2020. And we're starting off with something big because I just showed her the Fast 9 trailer. Fast and Furious Episode 9. Han's not dead. The Phantom Toretto.
It was a fan fiction movie written by a child and his toys on an adventure of truth, family, and
deception.
Fun?
Fun.
What would you say?
What do you think?
It is family fun. It's a wild ride, and apparently you can catch vehicles with your bare hands.
Yes, that was definitely a highlight. He became Superman, or he got cybernetic implants like Idris Elba in that bad Hobbs and Shaw movie.
Oh, family's about to expand because his brother's back.
His brother, who we definitely was always there the entire time, is back. He was always in the background.
We get to expand the family.
John Toretto Cena.
John Toretto Cena.
And you got Ludacris coming back because he needs a paycheck.
I'm telling you, guy needs work.
You got Tyrese coming back because his last movie flopped.
Big ass forehead.
And
a lot of big ass foreheads.
You got the hacker chick who still has no lines.
But she's got beautiful hair.
Yeah, she got a little Pocahontas braids.
First of all, she put cocoa butter in that. I could tell because it's shining. And it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's diversity.
Oh, diversity!
And then we got a little baby Dom. Mm-hmm. They're probably gonna kidnap his ass. Mm-hmm. And we got the Tokyo Drift Boys.
Fast and Furious.
I gotta try it, Dad.
He's gotta try one more time because they didn't send him an invite for the last movie. So it's like I'm finally here, and no one cares.
Just for a fraction of a second, just peek around the corner real quick.
It's like, hey, I was in that one movie with you guys. But the biggest surprise they left for last. Our sweetheart, Han, is alive. He is alive.
Dude,
he's doing so well.
I'm telling you, dude, like before the crash happened, I was able to cover my body in nanomites. Those nanomites prevented the heat from burning my body, but I still got injured from recovering from the nanomite attack on my body. And you're like,
that makes sense.
It took years of rehab and recuperation.
It checks out.
He was eating a sandwich or some shit.
But they're probably going to show a flashback. Watch, they're going to show a flashback. And he's in the car from Tokyo Drift, and he's about to blow up, and then all of a sudden, like, I guess Charlize Theron probably saves him or something, or John Cena. Oh. One of those two are going to come and, like, pull him out at the last second, take him away, and then he's going to be like, oh, I stayed away because I couldn't handle the pressure of you guys knowing I was alive or some
Years
shit.
of PTSD.
Or he had the coronavirus.
I was afraid to get back in the car.
Or he had coronavirus and he just had to wait it out.
Oh my lord.
Until he got better.
It wasn't invented yet.
Well, maybe it was invented by Charlize Theron. Ooh, but it's a theory. A game theory. I thought it was the Law and Order sound.
My favorite is the part where they're like playing with cars and like that one car crashed into the other car, but then another car fell off the cliff and then they were swinging like they were like waiting online at a McDonald's for the swing to happen. That's my favorite part. I'm not making that up. That was in the preview. Go watch it.
It's like someone playing with their Hot Wheels.
That's some Tarzan shit.
And I love the part where they're going across the bridge and it's just collapsing. And they're like, no, we can still drive across the bridge. It's
Just
fine.
push the NOS. It'll be fine.
Dom, there's no brakes. They brought back Dominic's sister, Mia, who can now like fight all of a
You
sudden.
mean dead? Is she dead too?
No, she's not dead. She just retired with Paul Walker on that beach.
Aw.
We never saw them again. They went into the upstairs and never came back down.
See, that's a true meaning of friendship.
Yeah. But it's a full comic book now.
I think
They
so.
just don't care. And he's talking about the 10th one being split into 2 parts because it's supposed to be the last one.
Oh, dude. Because it's... You know what? I didn't think I'd like these movies, but I saw Fast and Furious 5 in your dimension. And then...
You saw Fate.
Yes, because we had it on mute and we put all this techno music behind it. Seriously, if you watch Fast and the Furious with no sound and put techno music, it sounds so wonderful. And it looks even better.
It's like a musical.
It's like... And the car's just like... And you're like, whoa, this is even better on mute!
This is like Need for Speed
Need for
on
Speed.
crack.
Yes.
But, yeah, I think I'll watch it. 2 stars.
Yeah.
Alright, we finally saw Sonic the Hedgehog.
Finally, it opened on Thursday night.
Thursday night, we were there, 7:40 show. We had our popcorns and our ices.
Our
and
candies.
And we saw a lot of... And what's with all the Origin movie trailers? There's Gru Origins, Scooby-Doo Origins, and SpongeBob Origins.
Even though we know the origin of SpongeBob, because SpongeBob's been on TV since 1999.
He was purchased at a Bed Bath & Beyond, and someone left him on the beach. That's my origin in my head.
You know,
He just got washed into the ocean.
it very well could have been. I just find it fascinating that these people who are making these properties have... Oh, and a monster movie, a monster wrestling movie. Kaiju.
Which looks cool.
What? I don't know what's going on there.
Ooh, I've never heard of it. It wasn't on my radar.
And Seth Rogen.
No, that
Can you-
wasn't Seth Rogen.
Oh,
that
I
was,
thought
It was the
was Will
voice actor
Arnett.
for Bojack Horseman.
it was Will Arnett.
Oh, Will Arnett. Okay.
Actually, I'm going to look it up right now. But keep going.
Yeah. I mean, I just find... I knew about the Scooby-Doo. I knew about SpongeBob, but when that kaiju thing came out, I was like, oh my gosh.
It looks cool.
But it looks like it was kind of made in China.
For like $2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't even find the Wikipedia page for it.
Yeah, it's just like
Oh, boy.
Rumble animated movie.
It doesn't exist. We saw something we weren't supposed to see.
See, it's a dimension I can't even go to yet.
Ah,
The bridge isn't
it's
even
closed.
there. Rumble animated movie for the Tubble. Like, furries are gonna go mad for it, which is why I'm safe in my dimension, because we don't care. We're not gonna, like...
It's not Zootopia, so you guys don't give a crap.
Oh, girl said it.
Zootopia for left. There it is.
Rumble 2021.
Paramount Pictures.
That's why nobody cares about it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yep.
Starring Terry Crews,
Okay.
Will
Oh.
Arnett.
Oh, it's coming out in January, so it's gonna suck.
Damn. Like the
Man,
beginning.
but Terry Crews, though. I loves me some Terry Crews.
At least he got work.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great on Everybody Hates Chris, which I finished watching.
But anyway,
No one
back
cares.
to the Sonic
Sad
movie. If anybody is a Sonic fan, or if anybody's just into a video game film, I would say that this one is up there in the video game genre. Video game movies are good now.
Oh,
Yes.
for
For now, I think Detective Pikachu and there was another video game movie.
now. Tomb Raider?
There's another video game movie.
You really don't like that one.
That movie,
That was okay.
terrible. You know
I
what was
thought
great?
it was.
Legends of the Hidden Temple, okay?
Really?
That's what we watched.
Yeah, we did watch that.
And Tomb Raider was Legends of the Hidden Temple, but worse.
I saw it on 4DX, so I got wet a lot.
He's wet for Laura.
Whoa. Laura Winslow?
Ow.
Dang!
You like some pointy titties.
Dang!
Polygon titties. We're not talking about Tomb Raider, so
No, we're not.
that's a discussion for another time.
Let's go over the film without spoilers. Do you think we could do that?
No, we should spoil it.
We'll try.
I mean, the only spoiler is like the end credits scene, after credits scene.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was great though.
That was
It
a
was
nice.
so good. I screamed.
I was like,
I think we all screamed.
I was like, oh my god, who's that?
That's so funny. So, like, we were all watching the film. We were cutting ass on it, but
Wow, we
Jim
were.
Carrey, like, everyone was like, dude, I'm in it for Jim Carrey, but he did a great job.
Nailed it.
Oh, he stole that shit. As soon as he showed up, he stole it. He stole it and never gave it back.
No, he didn't.
He had that fire, that villain fire, man. Just, I'm all about that.
But it was just so extra. I was like, ooh.
He put
I
his
missed that.
he put his hand in his assistant's mouth and like pulled him closer, and then he throat punched him for no reason.
He was it a throat punch?
It
Or
was a
chest punch?
fucking apple,
Ooh.
Adam's apple punch.
But that assistant liked it. He was like,
He's
was
like,
into it.
Here's a cappuccino. He's like, I love the way you make a cappuccinos. He started as he went from Ace Ventura to Cable Guy, and then went full Riddler by the end of the movie.
but
Yeah.
That was the
no,
scale.
he went full mask by the end of the movie.
Oh yeah, the mask.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
by the end, like the final scene with him, he was like full mask.
He totally was.
He was a great villain. He was actually like intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
He was scary. He made me uncomfortable.
But
But he was funny.
I think he watched some old Sonic or read some comics, because Sonic Boom Sonic is kind of like him, and some of the games that came out where, okay, so Sonic the werewolf one, Sonic got captured and was
Sonic
electrocuted by,
Diesel.
yeah, pretty much Sonic Diesel, where Dr. Robotnik tortured him, and like he was like, F you, Sonic! I'm gonna shoot you in the anus with a laser! And yeah, and then like Sonic told me that during that part, he was just like, yeah, they had to put a stunt double. Thank God it wasn't me, I was just reading the newspaper.
Put a bottom double.
Oh, a bottom double. Yeah, so what was Choo Choo, what was your favorite part in the movie?
Yes, speak up.
There's so many good parts in the movie. Lots of just very cutesy humor. A lot of it was very cliche, but done in a very fun sort of way. I loved all the very brief Hallmark moments.
Oh,
were
yeah.
very enjoyable. Man, overall, just great. I've got to reiterate, Jim Carrey was just killing it. Especially that first 5 minutes he was on screen, just slaying bodies. It was great.
He had a little iPod commercial dance scene, which was great.
Oh yeah.
He was pretending he was running away from a T-Rex.
It was
And
pretty good.
He was having a good time.
like it made no sense, but I'm glad it was there.
And it made a difference that Sonic remained cute in this version, because honestly, I would not have liked the movie if they didn't change his design. I saw behind the scenes where they molded a big rubber,
Sonic doll
yeah,
that was used
yeah,
frequently on set.
and it looked exactly like the original trailer, and he was like, oh.
I think it would have been funny if they kept that design. It definitely would have made the movie less enjoyable. People would have just been put off by it
I think so.
constantly. It's like it was a real eyesore. But this design was great. You know, it didn't have the regular arms, but who cares? You know, I'm nitpicking.
And honestly, how he gets his shoes is just the cutest.
It is, and I was like, okay, sorry, I'm human me.
It's okay.
Human me wanted to go on adventures with Sonic when I was a little human,
Oh,
and that little girl, the little black girl, whom I related to, giving him the shoes. I was like, are you guys gonna go play board games and then eat cake and have tea and like go get rings together? Because I really like that part.
Warmed your heart.
It did warm my heart.
The little girl from Captain Marvel was like, "Here, Sonic, these shoes are way too big for my feet."
Yo!
My mom thinks I have Sasquatch feet for some reason. Yeah, the design was good. His personality was good. He was like a young teenager, like 12 years old.
Very classic Sonic before he became a douche.
Yeah, exactly. Before Sonic Boom. Sonic.
Before the fandom destroyed him.
I like that he was stalking Cyclops.
Right.
He was like, he's my friend, but we just don't hang out together. He was like, the premise is, he has to escape his world because of the Echidnas are hunting him for some reason. They don't explain that at all.
Nope.
Sequel bait.
And
then Bambi's mom dies.
Oh, no.
you mean the owl from Fox and the Hound?
The owl from Guardians of Gahul.
Big Mama did.
Yeah.
She did. She ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3.
My favorite was when Amy was like, "Are there owls in the Sonic universe?"
And
I
you
was
had
like,
to like, well, actually, you had a moment where you were like, let me break it down for you, miss.
"Hey man, Then we had people. We legitimately had the Sonic fans at this premiere.
Oh yeah, very big ones.
Oh, boy.
Literally.
It's like two of us together.
Yes.
No, three of us. All three of us sitting on the couch. That was
my
one person.
Goodness. I thought he was cosplaying
boy.
Robotnik, but then I was like, oh, he's wearing regular clothes.
Oh.
But, I mean, overall, it had action, it had friendship, there was love.
There was a Vin Diesel reference.
There really was.
It's like it's all about family, Tom.
Well, because the original dude, one of the writers from Fast and Furious.
It's the same production company.
Oh, no wonder the car scenes were so good.
Yeah, it's the
Yep.
original film. It's the same production company.
Anything's possible in the new Toyota Tacoma.
Yo,
yeah, they show that fucking car.
Every angle showing.
a close up of the logo.
Yep.
I noticed that. I was like,
I got
see what
that
you doing.
car because of the Sonic movie.
They were pimping that out, and they were pimping Olive Garden for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Which was really dumb.
Like,
oh my
out of all the
gosh.
restaurants you're gonna go with, Olive Garden.
But you can
Sonic?
get
Why not Sonic?
You could get a Sonic Olive Garden special, 2 for $15, unlimited soup and salad, and a Sonic bread roll.
Hold up! I just realized, why did Sonic the restaurant not team up with this movie?
That's been on Twitter for weeks. People just saying, why didn't they do... Like, and they literally offer chili cheese dogs.
Yes.
And they still didn't make any connection that they could advertise together.
Which
As
is
a matter of
stupid.
fact,
You done goofed.
Jack in the Box, of all places, advertised with Sonic. But for mini tacos, which was never even, like, a thing, I don't get it.
Did they make a fan character that looked like Sonic that had a different color, and instead of eating hot dogs / chili jogs, it was mini tacos?
It was Brolic, the Sasquatch.
They really kind of messed up their marketing, you know? And honestly, I even, like, when I came over here, I got a cake from the local Publix, and I wanted to get Sonic on it, because they have, like, different kids stuff that they'll feature on cakes, but they didn't have it. Nor, like, even balloons or anything. And I was like, man, the Sonic advertising team really skipped out a lot.
No, they didn't just skip out on a lot. They're stupid. And when I mean stupid, the Sonic fandom is so obsessive.
Finding the right words.
I am finding the right words. Because, listen, Sonic fans that are out there, tell me what you wanted from the movie. All I wanted was a Sonic cup at
At the movie theater.
AMC. We're talking about you, AMC.
You lost on that one. I'm going to go find that Sonic cup today. It's going to be found.
It's gonna be fun.
Yes.
You kept saying Shadow was gonna show up.
I totally did. Because he's the most
Shadow's coming.
popular in canon.
I thought James Marsden, who played Cyclops in our beloved X-Men trilogy,
So it was...
he was okay.
If we had to describe this film in total cartoon, comic book dimensional lore, it would be Cyclops and Storm get married and they become furries and they want a furry child.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that sums it up pretty good.
And then they ended the movie awkwardly, like Sonic was making out with the dog, or the dog was licking Sonic, and I was like, what's happening?
Oh boy.
Don't give them ideas. Just you just.
It was like a road trip movie. It was like the story was like very simple. Like Sonic loses his rings and has to go into San Francisco and get them, but he doesn't know how to get there. So he's like, Cyclops, drive me.
So when it comes to Sonic, if you like it, then you should put a ring on it.
I love it.
Beautiful.
I like the freeway scene was like I think the best part in terms of action. That was pretty good.
It was pretty good
because the robots kept getting smaller and smaller, and that was so
just
funny.
Like the games, which was great. That was such a good. It's just a good nod to the game.
It's a good reference, but they didn't use the spin dash sound effect, which they used in the trailer.
And
0 stars.
And I gotta say, the old man that lives in the town there, that like
the
talking
Blue
about
Devil.
the Blue Devil,
Oh,
and he shows
yeah.
a quick hand-drawn picture of Sonic, and I screamed.
We all did. I was like, yo.
That was one of my favorite parts. I screamed.
I know for a fact there were some really big Sonic fans working on this film because the ring reference, they did the City Escape reference. They kept Green Hill Zone.
They did a piano version of Green Hill Zone.
Yes!
Yeah, that was great.
It's classy.
Can you bless me my water bottle?
I sure can.
Thank
Get
you.
that shit out of here.
Snap.
My water bottle.
Oh, is there anything you wish they would have done better or put in the movie?
I think because it's an origin story, I just want to see for the next movie, not necessarily this one. I want to see Knuckles. I want to see Tails. I want to see Metal Sonic. I want to see.
You're asking for too much. They don't
No,
got money
I'm
for
asking
that.
for the right.
They don't got money for
I
Metal
have for
Sonic.
the right things.
They don't do that.
There was a lot of rectum jokes in there. A lot of jokes about. It was like a weird tone with the jokes. There's a lot of like adult humor in there.
The egg sack joke.
Oh, eggs came out of his egg sack.
That and Sonic did a whole lot of flossing.
Yes, he did.
The probe joke. I like the joke where he's like, "Oh, payphones. They're used for drug dealers."
I mean, he's not wrong.
Oh, that scene in the bar was good. It was like the Quicksilver scene in Days of Future Past, but way funnier.
And better.
Yeah, better. Because no one cares about you, Pietro.
Well,
Also, where the hell did that biker club come from? It was so silent when they pulled up, and then literally just a mosh pit of bikers.
It's across the street. It's across the street in another city.
but it was a diverse biking place because I've driven all over the East Coast, and usually if there's a biker place like that, it's not diverse.
No, it was white dudes.
They didn't like their kind around here.
Yeah, but there were Asian ladies, there were black people in there, which it sounds terrible for me to say, like, that's strange, but it was actually, like, relieving.
Remember, most movies don't want to acknowledge racism.
I know. They're like...
We live in a world where that couldn't possibly be.
Middle America, folks. The same people who got outraged by the Super Bowl would probably get outraged by Sonic being there. They'd be like, I don't like the way his quills are looking at me.
What were they mad about at the Super Bowl? The baby nut?
No, they were mad about Shakira and J-Lo having bodies.
Looking,
And dancing.
Oh, so being
looking
a
like
woman.
thick, beautiful
Being women, yeah. They're like, how dare you show that on primetime television?
It's like the time Janet Jackson had her star pulled off her nipple that she... I don't know if it was planned or what.
It was the Star Road. It was the gateway to the Star Road.
You know what's funny? It
She
seems
got
like
blamed for it.
it seems like Justin Timberlake didn't get much of any flack for that.
No, they invited him back.
Oh no!
They're like you're cool, even though he did it.
Yeah.
He's the one that did it.
Which was so weird. I didn't know she got flack for it until so I was like, Janet Jackson got shit on because her nipple was just there.
Yeah, nipples are more dangerous to the society than guns.
I'm just glad that Sonic didn't have any nipples.
No, but they showed his feet, y'all. We know we got full confirmation of what his
hate
foot
you
looks
for
like.
that. This whole time, the whole time of the week, yo, we're gonna see his feeties. Let's see them little feet. The DeviantArt's gonna have Sonic's feet everywhere.
We had an X-ray of his foot. and they zoomed in on it nice, and then they took off his shoes, and you saw through the socks. It was like, oh, he got little Sonic feet. Oh my god, it was beautiful.
I do want Knuckles to come back, though.
Knuckles apparently is trying to kill him. Like,
yeah, because it must have been because he touched the Master Emerald.
It was
touched his emerald.
What are you doing?
Hey, Owie, you not on a podcast?
You didn't see the movie. Why are you trying to get in this?
You know why? He wants the bottle.
Do you want your squeaky toy? You look so confused.
Got very excited.
Here you go. Choo-choo. Okay.
Yeah, all the scenes. You guys are gay.
Gay.
I love that one.
It's a classic.
Yeah, we needed some more scenes with Dr. Robotnik and his bottom bitch.
I don't know. Honestly, I was feeling it. Definitely, Dr. Robotnik had some major top energy.
I would watch like a whole movie about Dr. Robotnik just doing
Me too,
shit.
honestly.
He is so entertaining.
He killed an entire culture.
He killed dozens of people.
Yeah, he did.
The government didn't care.
Just from what we saw.
The government gave him like carte blanche to do whatever he wants. It's like, oh, just get rid of that was before they even knew Sonic was a thing. He was just there to figure out what was going on with the energy source or the
They gave him free reign to do literally anything with no boundaries.
Because he's a white male.
Oh, he flashing that privilege.
It's great to be white.
Isn't it?
Oh my gosh.
Not blue though.
Remember,
blue lives
all
matter.
white, all right.
Oh yeah, we were making so many jokes throughout this movie. We were talking so loud. I came through another dimension to see this movie, so I was like, I'm talking. Gonna get my money's worth.
It's true. And every time he gets pulled to this dimension, he's a wolf.
Yeah, can't you tell by my voice?
Yeah. At least there's no, AWOOW. At least there's none of that happening. A woo!
Oh. Yeah, I knew
That's
that.
not a wood around here.
We don't say that name.
I get it.
He's bad. He's very bad.
I'm trying to think of more stuff. Yeah, the trailers didn't really do the movie justice. It made it really looked generic in the trailers. And the movie had a lot of heart, and it had some good jokes in there, some stupid ones, but most of them were funny. Most of them hit.
I will
Like
say,
when he was in the bag, and they're like, "Is your son in that bag?" It's like, "Yes." Oh no, it's not my son. It's not my
child.
It's not. It's a child. It's not mine.
And those, go ahead.
at least the trailer didn't give away I see this as being a pretty common thing now with a lot of movies, is they give away so much through the trailer that then you're like, well, I've pretty much seen the movie at this point, so why would I go see it?
That's
Like,
why-
they still left some room open for you to really enjoy the movie.
They did show like one of the final scenes in the movie,
I tried to ignore it.
which I kind of expected. I'm like, yeah, he's not gonna look like that throughout the whole movie.
They did that with Prometheus. I just
They did that with the Amazing Spider-Man 2. They showed the part where he takes the manhole cover and he's throwing it at Rhino, and then it cuts to black, and you're thinking, oh, I can't wait to see how that fight turns out.
That's the end
and
of
that's
the
the end of the movie.
It's so crazy.
Hate that movie. Don't see that movie.
Thanks
Ever.
for protecting me from not watching those movies. Like the time you protected me from seeing the Batgirl, the Killing Joke movie. Thanks for.
Oh God.
Yeah, thanks for telling me not to watch
that
that
was
one.
cringe, man.
Anyway,
Speaking of Batman, did you see his new bat suit?
there were no nipples. Why would I be interested?
Yeah, but the theory is that his bat emblem is the gun that killed his parents.
That's some deep lore shit right there.
And some guy on Twitter was like, I hope they take the bullets out of the Waynes and make bat nipples with them.
Wow, that's
Beautiful.
some dank.
That's why I go on Twitter for stuff like that.
Right? Isn't that dank?
I love Twitter.
You grease.
Dank memes.
Yoko will be right back after these messages. And we're back.
Yeah, we're back. I totally knew how to do that.
Nobody has to know.
All right, so what do you think about the future of video game movies? Are we looking good? Are we in the clear?
The only reason I'm going to say we're looking good is because finally our generation is getting involved and making it. Versus old people who know nothing about games and remake it because they think we need something totally different, not related to it.
A cheap cash grab.
And their own heterosexual agenda romance film involved.
Because, man, we got Mortal Kombat to look forward to.
Oh, dude, that's going to be like Fast and Furious, but with fighting.
It's
Actually, that'd be great. I want to see all the drama and, like, the inside stories between all the characters. Like, because I'm into that.
All the video games have been like that.
I want to know why they fight.
You want to know why? They're fighting for Earthrealm, duh. The Mortal Kombat reboot's coming out next January.
An animated series.
Yeah,
because you were joking about it, and then
you thought I was lying.
No, I was just like, maybe.
See, look at that. We got some. We got Raiden. We got Jax. We got that vampire chick who nobody remembers.
You got to read it right. You got to say Liu Kang.
Well, yeah, Ludi Lin. He was in the Power Rangers movie. He's playing Liu Kang.
Yeah! I'm glad he's got work.
And you got some Asian people. Oh, you got the guy from the Raid playing Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero, nice.
Who's the one with the 6 tits and the 7 arms? What is she gonna be in?
She's DLC.
Oh man,
I bet.
But this movie is gonna be rated R. Finally, because the last one
R for retro.
was PG for pretty goofy.
it really was pretty goofy.
But this one's gonna show everything: blood, fatalities, guts, boobs, all of it.
All the boobs.
And supposedly we're getting a Super Mario movie made by Illumination.
What?
That Super Mario movie's been in inception since 2016. They were gonna make it since 2016.
To be fair, I heard about this Sonic movie like since 2016.
Yeah.
Like I remembered reading the article. I'm like, oh, that feels like forever from now. It'll never happen. And here we are.
Yep.
I'm 30 years old watching a Sonic the Hedgehog movie in theaters. I'm not having a midlife crisis. You are. But let's move on and
talk about the subject of our disdain, if that's the right word.
I was gonna make a joke about the Super Smash Bros. Cinematic Universe, but everybody's done that already. So I'm just gonna talk about this other movie we saw. You might have heard of it. It's been in the news.
Oh boy, here it goes.
We need
a drum roll. We need a drum roll.
Is there a drum roll on this thing?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play this. This is better. Cats.
Oh boy.
We're talking about Cats. We saw the movie, we drank, but it was not enough to prepare us for the horrors that we saw.
I'll tell you
it was
what.
the longest hour and 40 minutes.
It was freaking me out.
It was like being in the hyperbolic time chamber. You're thinking, all right, we're probably almost done. And it's like...
It's only been an hour, right?
It's like...
5 minutes in.
Like 10 minutes in. I'm like, crap.
How can so much and so little happen in that amount of time?
For real, man. Like, the thing is, there's always stuff happening on screen. Like, it's a musical from beginning to end. There's, like, no conversations. There's like, if they do have a conversation, it's no longer than a minute long. Everybody's singing throughout this thing. Everybody's dancing. Everybody's, like, gyrating. They're gender-neutral bulges.
I gotta say that the furry in me likes the all the nuzzly cuteness, but seeing the weird creepy faces, like the uncanny valley of it, just unsettling.
It's just like, for the first half hour, I'll admit I was like into it a little bit. I'm like, all right, this is weird. I can get behind this. It's goofy. It's different. They're dancing at Beetlejuice's house. I'm like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
After about 30-40 minutes was when it was just...
That's when it wears its welcome out. It's like, okay, like, you get used to the faces and all the
novelty's
weird...
worn off.
Yeah, the novelty's worn off, and you're just getting bored.
But the camera was just
and the shaky cam in the beginning.
Oh my god. It's like they had 3 different directors, like each taking a section of this abomination.
What?
Oh my god.
It's like a child was on TikTok filming cats.
Yes.
It would have been more interesting if a child was filming it.
TikTok, the movie.
Let's talk about like most disturbing scenes.
Immediately, the cockroaches
Those tiny cockroach people who are marching,
being eaten by Rebel Wilson.
Oh my god! Like I've read about this scene in so many reviews, and I'm like, can't be that bad.
No.
It's that bad.
Rebel Wilson, not once, but twice, unzipping their own furry body suit to reveal a costume underneath another furry body was... What was I watching?
She did it the second time to escape the chains? And it's like, why couldn't you do that before? How many suits do you have under there?
It wouldn't be funny. You know, this is the children's movie. This is the Rocky Horror of our generation. Why did I say that?
Emphasis
because
on the
it's
horror.
Not true. It is horror.
Emphasis
exactly.
on the horror.
Emphasis on the horror.
That whole Rebel Wilson scene was fucking terrible. Like,
and
she was
children mice. There were children that were mice.
Well, and literally like 5 minutes before seeing the children mice, she is spread eagle showing off her non-junk that didn't exist in the movie because
genital cats.
No genital cats. Genital cats.
No genital cats. Yeah, and then she was trying to be like cutesy and stuff. Like she was bumbling around and doing that shtick, and it just wasn't funny. It was just kind of sad.
It's really sad.
It was like Roseanne when she's like on pills and vodka.
Oh, no.
I had ambient amnesia. I didn't mean to say that.
I didn't mean to say the N-word.
No, she had too much Ambien. I'm racist when I have Ambien.
Ambient amnesia. It's the thing.
It was like a bad Melissa McCarthy movie. She was wearing like an all-fur coat.
Oh. And then we had the wonderful Judi Dentures. Just...
Her tail was sticking right through her coat.
Through her fur coat that was dragging on the ground.
It was clipping. I never seen a movie with clipping issues before.
Oh.
The fur was clipping.
It was bad. That and it looked like the characters sometimes had like floating face syndrome, like just over their body. Like the editing and rendering for this film was atrocious. It
was like their face would be stuck 2 scenes away, and you have to wait for it to catch up. And like, oh, I'm here. Some cats looked really like ghoulish and devilish. There was that one you kept pointing out with the green eyes. He just looked like a perv.
Well, and I gotta say, what was with all of these cats having these bloated dick-sucking lips? I swear.
Yeah, all their lips were extra big.
Extra
male,
thick.
female. Hold on a second. Hex no. You are not calling my dimension. You are not calling this dimension.
Even telemarketers calling this dimension.
Yeah, that's because your human dimension throws trash in our dimension.
Ew.
That sounds like an Aquaman problem.
Aquaman does have a problem.
Because that was like the plot of Aquaman. They keep polluting our oceans. I'm gonna take over the world.
But it's so woke.
Woke, wagga, whoa, blah, 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 blah.
What? Girl, you sound like you did last night.
I know, right?
Oh yeah, she got slammed last night.
She was so uncomfortable about all of these.
She was like, I need another drink.
Gyrating cat people that she needed a few drinks, and
I did.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it was a thing.
It's Mario and Luigi on a cart chasing like a truck.
Mad Max.
Yeah, we're watching it. It's cool.
We got some nice ambiance in the background. It's like a real studio.
There was some cats that had shoes on for no reason.
Yes, and it was gross because it's like you're ever dance naked, folks, and then just put shoes on.
Naked, but with only shoes.
Yes.
Then there was like pants, and I'm like,
suspenders.
Where are they getting these clothes?
The flamboyant Mario cat. He was doing the spin.
Oh yeah.
He was doing the spin attack from Mario World, and he just spinned himself out of existence.
He was tap dancing like a fool.
He was he had a whole scene. It was like 5-10 minutes, and then he just
vanished. That's the whole movie, though. The whole movie is just, hi, my name is like Tobias Katz, and I like to eat trash and do a little dance with my pants, and I'm out. Bye. That's the whole movie for an hour and 40 minutes.
But I will say, through this entire shitstorm, Jason Derulo was probably the best part of this movie.
Yo, he was.
He was the most
Energetic.
acceptable looking cat, I would say, for this abomination. Like, he had more cat-like qualities. His singing was good.
Yeah, the music was decent from what I could hear. We were talking over this movie like crazy.
Yeah,
We barely heard any, like, dialogue.
But there was only one scene where they actually spoke.
Yeah, the main character cat doesn't have any, like, dialogue lines until, like, halfway through the movie. It's like, oh, you can speak. Good for you, honey.
And I'm sorry, can somebody just find Jennifer Hudson and give her a hug?
Yo, give her a Kleenex.
God,
Give her a tissue.
Oh my god, yeah,
Give
she
her
needed
a tissue.
Hashtag bitch needed tissue.
It was like Blair Witch with them boogers coming out, man. It was something.
I'm so sad. Every time a cat would come on screen, I just think about this.
It's legit. That's a thing.
Jason Derulo's scene was decent, because I was saying this last night. It's like they went down all the R&B singers that are out now, and they're like, Neo, nah, he's too good for that. Usher, too good. Not even Chris Brown was like, nah, I'm doing it.
No.
I mean, Chris Brown was doing it. They were like, oh, Jason Derulo, remember him from like
Jason
6 years ago? Yeah, he'll say yes. And yeah, he was like the most decent part. And he was pouring like milk into the cat's mouth, like,
Which was so sexual. It didn't have to be. And then that one guy cat fell into the trash and was just drinking. And
the champagne.
Oh, yeah.
But he was like...
But Jason Derulo was with like 2 other girl cats. They were about to have a trash can orgy.
Oh, yeah.
And that was something.
Yeah, but the dude, he was just doing the
Oh, God.
that was just weird. You don't drink that way. Can you not?
Well, they're cats. That's how they drink. I can't find my favorite sound.
Oh, I'm sad.
And then there was just the licking and grooming. There was somebody like kneading on a light fixture on the stage. It was all of the cat behaviors.
All
were
those cats.
strange.
No, all the cats were horny on Maine.
Oh yeah,
all of them.
100%.
Or when they pretty much were gonna make a fan fiction about dancing, but it never happened because it just became the fanfic. I feel like this is just some guy's art piece. Like just one dude.
A director?
Yeah, Andrew Lloyd Webber.
He needs to stay home and not leave it and get no access to the internet.
He's a freak.
Listen, I'm sure the musical is more enjoyable because when you're seeing them on stage in person, it's like, okay, this is kind of quirky.
The costumes are better. The makeup is better.
But this isn't a movie. Like, there's really no coherent story to follow besides, like, I guess they were doing a competition to see who's good enough to get into cat heaven.
I think the only excuse for this movie was that they wanted to feature some famous singers and actors of our current time on like a showcase level, but just in a very creepy format that was nostalgic to other people.
But like Taylor Swift, who shows up for like 5
5
seconds.
minutes.
And then just gives cocaine to every
Yeah,
cat.
they're blowing it in each other's faces. They're like,
She had an agenda of her own.
Taylor Swift. She's
22.
1822.
I feel like that's what most of these movies are now, is just they're trying to showcase like current actors and singers. Like they're not making any new stories, they're just taking old stories and readapting them for our current generation.
Cats is so old. They should have made a movie about this in the 90s.
They should.
Why are
Oh, yeah.
they doing it in 2019?
As a matter of fact, there was going to be a cartoon animated style movie of cats. I want to say it was maybe a Don Bluth picture.
Don
Bluth, yes. But it never happened. It got scrapped. If you look online, there's a little bit of like concept artwork for some of the characters
I
out
saw
there.
some of that concept art.
I liked the art style of that. It is such a strange and interesting movie that it should be featured more like an art piece through animation than it would be through this CGI bullshit they gave us.
Well, because this is the middle. This is the middle where we have somebody who's doesn't understand what the furry fandom is, but they just join it because they think it looks cool, and then they just put face paint on. and a bodysuit that they got from eBay for $20.
Oh,
Posers?
Yeah.
Like people who wear kigus?
Ooh, dang.
damn, there's some shade.
That's real shade. I can't afford a bodysuit, so I got a kigu instead.
That's what my ex wanted to do.
Ooh.
Because you go cross-eyed.
Yeah, right.
Man, Frisky out here throwing shade.
Shade.
You know what I hated? They kept using the same set. Like, I kept seeing the milk bar in the background. I'm like, is there any other street in this city? Like, holy shit. Like, the budget for this was $95 million. And they can only afford, like, 3 different sets.
Dude.
They spent almost their entire
Taylor
budget
Swift.
just to buy the people to be in the movie in the first place.
Jason Derulo, he got paid in, like, catnip. And Dunkaroos.
Because we know that budget didn't go to any form of, like,
Animators?
rendering, animation, none of that.
Wow, why was Ian McKellen in this? Why was Idris Elba in this? Ugh.
Which was really
They had
crazy.
such a good cast of people. Like, Jennifer Hudson, like... Oh my gosh, great cast of people. That's where the entire budget went.
She was woke in Dreamgirls, and when you go broke, you end up in Cats.
Dang. It'd be funny if Ludacris was in it. When I meow, you meow.
Just like that.
When I meow, you meow.
Just like that.
When I meow, you meow.
Just like
Meow.
I'm meowing and I'm a fat cat. Luda. Anyway, any other highlights to the film that you
When
guys...
Idris Elba took off his coat. And
Oh
was
God!
naked.
Oh, it's so weird.
He was so shiny.
I missed that part.
Thank goodness you
Yeah,
did.
you were walking the dog.
Ooh.
So it's like
And
your
it-
cat is not just neutered, but it's also castrated.
Oh yeah, Rebel Wilson makes a joke. He's like, is he neutered? Because those high notes are, making me meow.
Yo.
Yo, none of you have anything going on down there.
No genital cats.
Yeah.
No genital cats. And when they have the lights on them, like most of the movies, like in the, like neon or darkness, but when the light is bright, that's when you see the like hideous deformities of.
And can we talk about Jennifer Hudson just ascending for the last 20 minutes on a chandelier into the sky?
I wanna send from a
the
chandelier. A chandelier. We gotta rewind though. We just gotta wait.
Bring it back.
We should. Dang.
Oh, that was quite the rewind.
That was.
He's finished.
I mean, that took so long. That was such a long ending. So.
Quite long.
And then Judi Dench looks into the camera and gives us like a final thought from Jerry Springer. So final thoughts.
Looks into our souls.
And she was explaining the plot. That's what Amy said, because I couldn't hear anything. We were just like groaning and moaning.
Yeah,
we were like,
we
let
were.
it stop. Make it stop. Man, I'm glad we saw this here and not the theater.
I just don't want to. I mean, it sounds bad because a lot of great people worked on it. However,
But
Redbox could not pay me enough to watch it again.
I wouldn't add this to my collection if I found it on the floor of like a Costco. If I found it in the Costco parking lot, I'd just step right over it like a puddle. in the
My
rain.
guy just killed it.
If I had a free Redbox rental and the only thing they had available was cats, I would throw that ticket away.
I would just like find a cat on the street and make it dance for me. That's more entertaining than this.
This is what you thought about it. Stupid cats. You deserve to be back in the bin. Stupid ass cats movie.
I was hoping when they were on the train tracks, they just get electrocuted by the third rail and it would just end. Ugh.
Yeah. I mean, it had a good consistent color scheme, but the sizing was not consistent.
No, sometimes they were as big as like chairs, and other times they were tiny as hell.
They were like the size of almost
The size
a
of the
fork.
train. The size of the train. They didn't. Man, yeah.
And I'll tell you what, guys, if there's anything I learned from this movie, keep your cats inside.
And
Please.
spay and neuter them.
I promise you, it's going to be like a weird documentary about this movie a few years from now. And it's going to be more entertaining.
And then there's going to be this group. I bet you it's just going to be about cats. A group of people
it's
like
cult following.
Cats was yes.
It already has a cult following.
Yeah.
They do midnight screenings at the Alamo Draft House.
It's just not nearly as cool as Rocky Horror.
And they give out little pendants. Like, if you've seen this 5 times, you get a little pendant.
Why do I want to see it 5 times? It's
I don't know.
So hard. That is so hard.
I'm sure there's a fun drinking game you can make out of it. Like, every time they spread eagle, or every time Jennifer Hudson needs a tissue, or every time Idris Elba bamfs out of the scene. Like, oh man, he Thanos'd her.
He totally did.
He was
He
capturing
Thanos
people. I don't even know why he captured them. Like, what was his
because
plan?
he wanted to be ascended on the chandelier. Nobody else.
Brother. Alright, I'm done talking about this movie.
Yeah, see, it drains us.
He spent too much time.
Bye, Felicia.
Anyway.
Let's talk about Bojack.
Ooh.
Bojack just ended its historic 6-season run on Netflix. How did you feel about the finale?
Oh, God. What a trip. I watched this show from the very beginning when it first came out. We got about 6 episodes in, and you start to realize there's actually a plot in this. And it was very deep. It was a very honest and validating look at mental health, depression. They talk about asexuality. I mean, they have so many great topics, relatable characters. But man, that ending was intense. And I've seen some people say that, oh, well, I thought it was kind of anticlimactic. It depends on how you look at it.
No. I think it's a great ending for the series, but also if they decide to come back.
Exactly.
It leaves the door open, but at the same time, it gives enough closure. If this is the end, I was satisfied with it.
We don't get closure with Hollyhock, so we'll find out if anything happens.
She should get a
if they come
spin-off
back.
series.
I would love that personally. I thought she was
think
great.
I think Hollyhock just told Bojack straight up, like, I have my own life, live your own, and I don't want you to be in it.
Well, and honestly, like, we're dipping into spoilers here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Spoiler
realistically, when she found out what happened with Sarah Lynn and really any of the younger women in his past, Penny, she realized that she was in a vulnerable position with him, that he takes it, whether he realizes it or not, he takes advantage of younger women. So she knew that it was best to peace out. It's probably not that she doesn't care, it's that she has to protect herself, and I think that's totally valid and reasonable, and I think she made the right decision.
He just showed up at her campus, her college,
Without
to get a
telling
job.
her.
Yeah, though, I mean, at first when he did that, I didn't know it was her college, and I was like, oh, she's there.
I mean, I was kind of worried that they were going to try to end it on this note with, oh, well, he got his life together and he's a teacher now and he has some semblance of happiness. And I'm so glad they didn't, because that's not realistic to life. It's always changing and evolving, and we will always have problems. We don't get a happily ever after.
Nah, he's serving time in jail.
Oh.
Big house.
There's been a fan theory online. We've got to talk about the fall from halfway down episode, the next to last.
That episode was scary. It was legitimately terrifying, because sometimes I don't do it often, but sometimes I'm thinking about what happens when we die? That's interesting.
It was intense. As someone that has had very dark mental spaces in the past, it was a lot to watch the people in his life discuss what it was like being alive and what it was like even dying, and just especially when Secretariat goes into his performance, and you can see
he's scared.
that he was talking to Bojack like he had made peace with his decision to commit suicide, and then all of a sudden he starts reading off this poetry, and you can tell the regret in his voice, and that was very deep. So that was an experience. All the nods to him, drowning in the pool. This water tastes like chlorine.
Venom.
That made me really sad, man. That made me really, because that episode was pretty deep, and a lot of us don't. I think it's a great personification of Americans' mental health. America's take on the Me Too movement. America's take on how we perceive masculinity and femininity.
Oh, the social commentary on the show is exquisite.
But it's also very even. It's not one-sided. You get a side from each coin. So like,
and they do it much better than South Park does, to be honest.
'Cause
they don't make fun of it too much. They make fun of it in a way that's still tasteful, I would say.
Yeah, that's the thing. Tasteful, and it makes you think. Versus South Park is like...
Just laugh at it.
Yeah, like the part where... Okay, so for instance, you sent me a clip from South Park where they were like, I'm a trans woman. F you guys. It was like a big muscular dude. And it was just really messed up. Versus Bojack, they had a flashback where the two psychiatrists... One was a psychiatrist and one was a lawyer. Wanda Sykes was the lawyer. And she was telling her story about... was it the zebra Bobo?
Yes, that was a good one. I enjoyed that.
And they imagined the girlfriend at the time of Bojack. I'm not saying girlfriend, but the girl he was with. They imagined her trans because she had a mustache and no boobs anymore, and was just like a regular cop, same voice. And I was like, wow, this is pretty. Even for a flashback, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't thinking of her at all as male in any way, shape, or form. But Bojack would probably do it anyway. I mean, if he was still an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he would do it.
And what does it take for you to get better? That's really the key here.
Yeah, that's what I liked about this last season. Because I was telling her last year, I'm like, season 5, man, I felt like they were kind of like spinning their wheels a little bit.
It was, yeah, that...
It just felt like he was going through the motions, he was doing... Because it's always like, yeah, I'm an asshole, I suck, and he like tries to get better, but then he relapses, and that's been like the formula for like the last few seasons.
Yeah, but this one was...
Yeah.
He gets closer and closer every time to getting completely sober with every season.
Yeah, that's why I like this season.
You see marked improvement while still not caving into the whole happily ever after, everything's better now.
Yeah, that's why
you
I think...
will always struggle in life with whatever you have. Addiction, impulsiveness, relationships, sexual issues. I mean, they dive into all of it. I also love the story they had for Mr. Peanut Butter coming to a realization that him being a emotionally immature and kind of stunted personality type, he would seek younger women that were up to his level of activity, that were lively and bubbly and young. And he had to learn that I don't have to be with someone to be a complete person, that it's okay to be on my own. And I think a lot of people really need to accept and love themselves before they search for love elsewhere. Yeah. I think that's important.
And Diane, out of a lot of the characters,
She got dick.
Diane and Princess Carolyn,
they made the show ending so much better.
They did. What I appreciated about them is that they grew faster than Bojack could, because they didn't have any addictions to hang on to. Although Diane's depression was a great take on what people are going through. You can't necessarily explain depression. You can't necessarily see it or hold it in your hand physically. It's just there. And
Diane is one of the most relatable characters on the show, especially for the millennial generation. All of us struggling to figure out adulthood and deal and cope with our depression.
Family, mommy, daddy issues.
And dealing with our parents that don't understand those things.
Daddy wasn't dead.
And not just not understanding. They don't want to understand. It's
committed
like,
to not understanding.
Yeah, and the commitment comes with laziness. Oh, I never went through that. Why should I? I don't have to understand. Why should I change for you? And it's not about them changing for you. It's coming to terms and being mature enough to say, well, I don't really understand, but I'm going to try.
It's about practicing empathy.
Yeah, that's the word.
That's
the
it.
one.
Practicing empathy. And as you get older, I think that becomes a really difficult skill to learn. But, with Princess Carolyn's story was great. And I thought the last episode was nice. There's been a fan theory going around that the last episode is actually more of Bojack's final thoughts as he was dying in the pool. Some people think that he passed away anyway, and that's why they strung along all those jokes leading into the last episode of, that maybe he was dead, the heart monitor flatlining.
Honestly, if he died, I would have been okay with it.
I would have been okay with it too.
I would have been like, it's a bummer ending, but it makes sense for the show. Like, I can see
it does, which is why I think they leave the last episode open to interpretation of Bojack maybe finding some forms of closure in his life, whether they were real or not. Even if he had just imagined it.
I don't think Bojack would imagine the Hollywood sign turning into the Hollywood sign.
Well, and that's one of those things where they're like, well, maybe that's why this is only a theory that maybe he died.
A fan theory.
Uh-oh.
Funny.
But, yeah, they had good senses of closure while still having a healthy level of loose ends, because we don't all get that picture-perfect closure ending that a lot of movies and media gives us.
And
so it was realistic.
Yeah. A couple other things I want to point out is male and female relationships. Now, pretty much everybody slept with everybody in this show.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
You know? But it was primarily heterosexual relationships, which is fine. But then they all became friends afterwards. They put that sexual side away just so that way they can relive some memories.
Remember, Yoko, it's a cartoon.
Wow,
I've been to that dimension. How dare you?
Cartoons, make believe.
A lot of us, when we're going through stuff, we're vulnerable, and sometimes we seek the company of other people, sometimes equally traumatized, I guess you could say, people, and we're all looking for comfort from each other. I think we've all had a situation where we've slept with people that we realized, well, maybe I'm really only just friends with this person, but I guess in a way you could say it's a way to bond with people, but that depends on the person.
Are you looking at me?
I don't know.
What's going
Tonight
on?
at 11.
I don't know.
Man, let me talk. Get out of here.
Do it.
I thought it was a good final season. I liked he went to rehab. He actually tried to get better. He did. Became an acting teacher. I like that. When he said he was gonna do that second interview, I was like, "Don't, man! Holy shit!
I know.
Don't."
That fall was hard.
It was like you got out of it the first time. We're not gonna make it the second time. Also, I didn't like those reporter characters. Like, I know what their function was, but they were just annoying.
I liked their banter. Like, if there's one thing I really love about the show, it's all the little puns, the inside jokes, the word plays, the idioms, and all the quotations. It's very fun, especially Princess Carolyn with all the wordplay stuff she has to do. That I think I love those things. I think they're funny, they're clever, but
I just felt like they spent like way too much time on them. Because you want to spend time with the actual characters. Like, I wish I would have seen Todd with his girlfriend more, because when she showed up, I was like, oh yeah, he's dating that coffee girl.
Maud. Todd and Maud.
Yeah.
Isn't that precious?
Oh,
and then
I didn't know this.
I got that.
And then they move into with each other, and I'm like,
they seem so happy together.
They seem happy, but I want to see more of that. It's like, I
didn't really care for them as a couple, but
damn,
I thought the
heterosexual couples
it's
suck.
Early, which is why you don't even have the time to see it like mature.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, and then,
let's face it, they're kind of not, the both of them. They're both still very young, and they're figuring life out, and they're asexuals, and they're happy.
But also, I like that Todd reconnected with his mom, but then you don't really see them like have an episode where they're just talking
or really trying to reconnect.
At the same time, the creator of the show did not want to end the series. Netflix did.
Yeah.
He posted it on Twitter.
Netflix kind of put the coffin in.
Yeah,
but I think that was smart of them to leave some open endings like that, though. Like, as much as we want to see those things progress, We have the opportunity to, if enough demand comes back, Netflix will open up another season or two, and then they have lots to work on.
Or maybe even Comedy Central, because Comedy Central airs reruns of BoJack.
That would be
Really?
That'd be great.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, I don't
The
have
commercials, gross.
Well, I'm also surprised Tuca and Birdie didn't take on like another.
We can't go
Season
there.
from
I'm upset about that.
R.I.P.
Sorry.
I'm still upset about that. What a great show.
It's totally a great. It would have been a great crossover episode too, like Horsing Around meets Tuca and Birdie. Like.
Now it's a pipe dream.
The creator, I think, really wanted to separate from BoJack, which I think is fine. I loved with Tuca and Birdie, they had like the plant people. It was just a very interesting universe, very cartoony. I loved it. They had great discussions about women's issues, but it didn't take off for whatever reason. I honestly, I'm gonna be mean and say it's because they chose to fund Big Mouth instead. I'm gonna say it. I'm saying it. I'm just saying it.
Actually, Big Mouth has gotten into this season, and there was other shows that people were saying like, "Yo, this show was canceled because of Big Mouth," and animation's expensive. So
wait, was Big Mouth was the Get Down canceled because of Big Mouth? Because I'll riot.
Probably.
No!
I was listening to a podcast recently where
that
they were
animation
saying,
upsets me on Big Mouth. It's
just
grotesque.
It's rated PG. Pretty gross.
Wow.
Okay, all I wanted was from this final season of BoJack, I wanted growth for the character because I feel like he wasn't growing, and he did. So I was happy with that.
And he made friends that are female that he doesn't have to sleep with.
I know, and that's why, like, if they ever do another season, I'd be down for it. As long as they keep progressing the character, because I felt like around like season 4 and 5, he was just the same person.
Oh, season 5 in particular was very stagnant.
Like he grew in season 4 because of his sister. But then season 5 just really offered nothing new, so I'm glad they finally pushed them forward. Like, that's what I was saying. I want to see character development,
Well, season 5 was more for the side characters rather than BoJack.
Yeah, season 5 was not hitting it for me as much. Like
I didn't mind it.
There was slow progression of the side characters in season 5, but really not much of anything going on for BoJack. He was very stagnant.
He was on that show, that detective show, which.
Well, that detective show was just like,
what was it called?
Filbert, yeah.
But yeah, this season was great. 10 out of 10 stars. Would rent on Redbox.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think we've about summed it all.
Okay, well, any final thoughts?
Well, my final
Genital cats.
Genital cats.
Genital cats.
Final thoughts?
Dr. Robotnik, exquisite. Bojack Horseman ending, very realistic, highly enjoyed. Cats, never again.
2 paws down.
No. Wait.
You're gonna play a fart noise?
I got a paw. Look.
Ew! Why do you have this in your pocket?
Because it's in my paw.
It's pause for effect.
Look at that streak.
It's gonna be loud. So basically, 1 paw down.
I don't want to know where that paw's been.
I wasn't pussyfooting around. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us on this podcast.
This podcast is now canceled. Oh, wait. I wanted to do this.
We're not canceling it.
We're not canceled.
What?
Wait, rest in peace.
Oh, yeah.
True that.
All right. Good night, folks.